There are fears that Finland will extradite Simon Ekpa. That means Prime Minister of Biafra in diaspora. He was accused of terrorism propaganda. Yes. But there's one thing that Nigerians or people don't understand, because the other time I saw a report on the Chief of Defense Staff asking the Finland government to extradite Manuel back to Nigeria. Finland and Nigeria do not have bilateral agreements. That's number one. So if they had, it would have been easier for Manuel, after going through the judicial process there, it would be easier for the two countries now. Without their bilateral agreement, Manuel will be brought into Nigeria. Number two, Finland is a place where the justice system works, unlike Nigeria. So you can't compare a Scandinavian country. Remember, Finland supported Biafra in the days of the Biafran Civil War. So they have this sympathy for the Biafran agitation. They also left Russia. So they have similar experiences with what Biafra is having in Nigeria. Finland went through that experience coming out from Russia. So looking at those two things, they grant asylum to people that tell them that their country is maltreating them. There's no human rights. So when you look at Nigeria, is there human rights in Nigeria? So many human rights violations. Now, an example, the court said release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The government, Kwechiri, say they no release am. The court told DSS, take this guy from your custody to Kirikiri Abikuje, I think, Kirikiri. They disobeyed court order. So a country that disobeys court order, nobody will trust them. For instance, if Simon Ekpa is in court now, and because Nigerian politicians, they are booking flight to Finland like this. Simon Ekpa in court brings his legal counsel, and the Nigerian government bring their legal counsel. Okay, the Nigerian government say, this man standing here so is sponsoring killings in the southeast. He's inciting violence. There's so much killing of security officers, instability in the southeast region. He commits acts of terrorism in Nigeria. So look at Simon Ekpa. You now bring evidences of human rights violations on the part of Nigerian authorities. So it is their word against Simon Ekpa's word. So a justice system like Finland, having same experience Biafra has, coming from Russia, what do you think they will do?
Looking at your argument, the argument is still here and was there, because at the end of the day, the things that Samuel Ekpa sponsored in Nigeria are visible to the eyes for everybody to see.
Okay, what Nigeria also did to the southeasterners, are they not visible? Okay.
The things that Samuel Ekpa did is much visible to Nigeria. Now the question is, what do you think that this will do to the bilateral relation between Finland and Nigeria if Finland refuses to extradite Samuel Ekpa, who is an acclaimed prime minister of a country that does not exist?
Now, where you get it wrong is that Finland and Nigeria do not have bilateral relation. I'm even assuming there's no bilateral relation. Check it anywhere. No bilateral relation between Finland and Nigeria.
And
No.
ambassador to Nigeria from Finland. Why
That
would
is
there be
international treaty. When they say bilateral relations, is different from that one. Yes, that is in the United Nations. There's this. If you belong to the United Nations, there must be an ambassador. If you belong to the United Nations, no, each country have ambassadors in any other country. You understand? For instance, Nnamdi Kanu was in UK saying all what we were saying. Why didn't Nigeria call for its rendition in the UK? Why is it that when he stepped into Kenya, why is it that was when he stepped into Kenya they were able to bring him? Why is that Nnamdi Kanu was in UK all this while? The Nigerian government was not able to rendition him from UK. Don't you see the difference? It was when he stepped into Kenya, they were able to move, and whether it's kidnap him, whether it's snatch him, whether it's grab him from Kenya to Nigeria. So it is near impossibility. I've listened to specialists, I've listened to professionals talk on this case. I listened to somebody arise, he's a lawyer. He said it's not that it's not impossible, but it is near impossible for Samuel Ekpa to be extradited to Nigeria.
Okay. On the issues going on about Samuel Ekpa, what do you think Nigeria should do to stop the killing in the southeast? and the violent impact, because it's now seen as if the issues of our and all and all and all. Using Namdi is behind that. What would the Nigerian government stop this extraction?
Yes, what would Nigerian government do to stop the killings and the crisis in the southeast? Number one, let me make this point. Before Samanekpa came up, there was insecurity. Do you agree with me? Before Samanekpa came up, the issue of Samanekpa, I'm not supporting Samanekpa. Oh. I'm trying to be logical here. There was insecurity. There is no insecurity in any state, sovereign state, that the government does not have a hand in it. A politician or a government official. There's no how that the Nigerian army will tell me that they cannot eh, stop Samanekpa. They don't have the map of the whole southeast region.
It's as if they cannot stop.
The whole southeast region that Oyo State Ibadan is bigger than. So they cannot comb everywhere. The whole military we have. Sahara, is it Sambisa Forest is bigger than the southeast. So they cannot comb everywhere to get Samanekpa. Me, politicians.
Samanekpa is not in Nigeria.
So who are the people causing the mayhem in Nigeria?
It's the agents of Samanekpa.
When you catch the agent, have you not stopped him? So
Does it mean
hypothetically,
are you saying that the Nigerian army is not capable?
politicians are sabotaging the efforts of whoever that want to bring peace to the southeast.
So why do you
Number
think
one,
politicians are sabotaging that?
since Uzodinma lost, or Ihedia lost to Uzodinma, that's when all this crisis started.
That means Uzodinma.
I'm not, that is coming from you. You said it. I didn't say it with my mouth. I just gave you a reference. Since Uzodinma lost his, Ihedia lost, that's when we had all this crisis. And secondly, since Nnamdi Kanu was grabbed, snatched, kidnapped, and they run away with him from Kenya into Nigeria, that's when we had all these issues.
Thank you very much for your analysis.